So first off, how are you? How's everything?
I'm doing pretty well. The season's back up and running, so excited and happy about that. Just saw the draws for qualifiers and things like that, so extremely excited to get things going, to get the ball rolling, and just getting back on the field. So, yeah, I'm good and extremely excited.
Yeah, for sure. So how's quarantine treating you?
I think now it's better than it was before. There's a little more breathing room, so like we've been able to do a lot more like in training and stuff with my dad. So I mean, pretty much just training and being home.
You mentioned the draw. What are your thoughts on the Qatar 2022 draw that happened?
I'm extremely excited. We've been talking about it in the group chat since the draws come out. We were disappointed with how we performed in Nations League, so we want to go out there and put some results together so we can go in there and try to hopefully qualify for the World Cup, because that's the ultimate goal, to represent your country on the grandest stage. So we're getting ready. We're looking forward to that, and hopefully we're able to do something good there.
And one of the teams, what do you think about Belize first?
Belize, I've never played against them, so I honestly don't know much about them. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited. To be honest, I don't. They can put U.S., Mexico, Panama, all those guys out there in front of us, and I'm gonna be excited and ready to play. So, yeah, I'm just happy that football is back, and I'm just gonna be able to represent my country.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, I think we've played them before. They got a couple of players that we're gonna have to worry about, but for the most part, we're not really worried about other teams. We're just trying to make sure that we get all our guys in healthy, and we're able to go out there and dominate the way we were able to dominate in Nations League and in the Gold Cup.
Turks and Caicos.
Same exact thing. I probably would say the only team that is constantly on our minds is Nicaragua, because we understand they knocked us out of Gold Cup, and then we beat them in the qualifying round, and then we beat them in Gold Cup. So we know that there's going to be targets on our back with them. But I think with the mindset is the same with every single team. We're going to go out there and play. We're going to play our game, and we're going to put them in a game that they don't want to play in. It's going to be uncomfortable for them, and we're going to go out there and try to get the best results we can so we can qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, I leave Anna and Derrick the last Nicaragua, because Derrick scored 1 goal against Nicaragua.
Yeah. So it was a great feeling to be able to go out there, especially like I said, after they eliminated us from the Gold Cup, the previous Gold Cup, not this one that we just came out of, but the one before that. So revenge was really on my mind, and I wanted to lead by example, because I was one of the players who was there in Nicaragua when we gave up our lead. So I tried the whole time to keep the group, and along with Nazon, Johnny Placide, and a lot of other guys, to make sure that we understood that this is going to be a very big game, because they feel that they have the upper hand because of the way the games went before. So I wanted to go out there, and I got a goal, and then I got a goal in Gold Cup, but they wanted to give it a own goal. So I guess I owe them one more.
Okay. Okay. And what do you remember about that goal against Nicaragua? You won 2-0.
In Nicaragua?
Yeah.
I remember getting the ball and driving, and Nazon made a good run in behind. I played him, and then I just wanted to be some type of support, and he put a perfect ball in, and I was just able to head it home. Actually, my first professional goal with the head, so I was just extremely excited about that. But yeah, that's a goal that stands out for me, because we were able to actually qualify for a Gold Cup after that win.
Would you like to walk us through your 2018 U20 World Cup? Just starting with our tournament in Trinidad and Tobago, and how was that experience for you all?
Yeah. So In 2018, I was actually a young player on the U20s. So that was the first time being like really playing with them in a really big tournament. So it was just exciting to be there. And you know, my teammates we had a very good, strong team, and you know, the goal was to make history and make it to the World Cup. So every time we went into a game, you know, we had the chants and everything going on in the locker room, and we were very excited. So the training up to it was very intense. Of course, we had our moments when we're dancing and we're laughing, but you know, once we stepped on the field, we knew it was business. So we had like maybe 2 weeks prior where we got together and we did our training camp. And then as it got closer, you know, we started, like, I would say, leveling our training sessions, you know, preparing our bodies to play. And then before you know it, we were at game day, and you know, we were putting on a very good show. You know, we were performing well. We were, you know, getting results. Of course, we thought we were going straight through. When we played against US and we tied, went to PKs. You know, that was a very strong game for us. And that game actually taught us a lesson as well, because it taught us, you know, we need to work on our penalty kicks, and, you know, we need to be efficient, because as much as we love the game, sometimes it's unpredictable. And, you know, sometimes we might be going to penalty kicks. So that was something that we learned from that game. And then the next game we were ready and our mind was set. Okay, now it's time to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. And of course, when we finally got to the third place match against Canada, that was the only thing in our mind. Like, we want to go to the World Cup, and it's now in our minds at the time. It's now or never. So, you know, we put everything on the field. You know, there was situations. There was a red card in the previous game, so one of our center backs was out, so we had to adjust the lineup a little bit. So I was playing in the 6, and you know, the 6 was playing as center back, so it was a little different as well for some of the players who weren't used to necessarily being in certain positions and things of that nature. But you know, we said in our mind that this is a big game for us, and we took that to heart. So, you know, we played our hearts out, and Aurelia plays the pass to Shelly Juddy, and she finishes it, and that was a magical moment for us. And when they blew that final whistle, it was just pure bliss for us. And that was probably one of the best experiences of just finally crossing the line and saying, guys, we did it. We're going to the World Cup. And the locker room was ridiculous after that. It was like 40 minutes of just singing and dancing and like just pure joy in the locker room. And then once we went back to the hotel, it was like, okay, now what's next? Because we got there. Now when we get there, what do we want to do? So it was definitely a great experience, and being able to say that we were the first women's team in Haiti to be able to make it to the U20 World Cup was a very big deal for us.
Typically, any Caribbean family is like really, really tight. Like in my case, I see Chris is on the call. I'm pretty sure well, very, very tight and very big at giving back, right? So what can you, if you want to talk a little bit about the Etienne legacy, you know, giving back to Haitian football, and then what?
Yeah. So my brother actually started the Etienne Family Foundation, and you know, that was actually like the formal version of, you know, giving back and things of that nature. But even before then, my dad and my uncle, they would always set up a trip to go back to Haiti, and they always bring. We had like our church. We would always organize like a backpack drive, so you get essentials in the backpacks and stuff like that. And you know, me and my brother, we would go to our teams and like ask for like old cleats, things like that, and soccer balls, things that they don't use anymore, but you know, are still in good shape, but we can send it over. And we would send them in huge droves. And you know, it's the exciting part is being able to see how they react when they receive these things, and you know, the videos, and you know, after they receive their pair of cleats, they're in the middle of the road dancing and like ready for a soccer ball now. So it's I think that's a very rewarding piece, is being able to say, you know, I played for my country, but at the end of the day, I can go home and give back to my country as well. And I think that's a very big, important part for us, because that was my grandfather's dream, and it still is his dream. And he just loves to see that his grandkids and his kids are giving back to where he came from. So it's definitely a big part of the Etienne, belief system is to give back to our country and give back to the community in general.
Me and my dad talked about it when I was young. I think my first year becoming a professional soccer player, and what exactly do I want to leave behind. Of course, I want to win trophies and things like that, but I want to make a difference in my community with my people and things like that. So I think it was a no-brainer to start the foundation, and we just try every year to get clothing, football supplies, school supplies, and things like that, and just be able to go out and give it not only in the U.S. but also back in Haiti, because there are people who are less fortunate than I am, and I feel that God's put me on this earth to play soccer and be able to help out people who are less fortunate than me. So I've been extremely happy about that, and about all the things I've been able to do, and hopefully with more trophies and more recognition, I'll be able to give back even more, because that's something I really take pride in.
In reference to the Etienne village or the legacy, can you walk us through maybe like family reunions? Like, what do you all do when you all get together? Is it just like a big giant, football match in someone's backyard, or how does this work?
So when we get together, it's always a very big thing, especially when you have a lot of Haitians together. It's always fun, exciting, and we actually call it the Etienne Classic. And that's when like all the Etiennes play against each other. So they try to mix the teams up. So, you got some uncles on this team, my dad's on this team. They try not to put me and my brother together all the time. But, cousins are all spread out across the team. So it's, and then when we sit back and look at it, we're like, wow, we have a lot of people who can play soccer here. So, you got my dad and his brothers who played in the older generation, and you have me and my cousins that are my age. So, it's always a very big competitive game. And even though we're family, when we're on the field, it's like, I'm here to win. And that's kind of the competitiveness that we all have. So it's so fun. And at the end of the game, we just laugh, we talk, we eat, and, it's just a family atmosphere, but it's definitely always surrounded around football.
How many goals do you have in the Etienne Classic?
I don't know how many goals, but I'm definitely the leading goal scorer. I think when it gets down to that, it's all about pride. You got the older guy, you got the old men in there, my dad and my uncle, who feel that they gotta prove themselves to us, and it just got to the point where I just had to take over. I had to let them know that there's a new star in town, and so I'll probably say I have at least 50, 60. I can't even count. I don't know.
It seems like you guys have a very, very tight, sister brotherhood relationship. If you want to mention to us, what kind of qualities as a player, both on and off the pitch, do you see your sister having? And I'm pretty sure, just before at the U17 level, now that she's a little bit older, if you can kind of walk us through her transition as, that big brother.
Yeah, I think my sister is a great player. I think that she's very calculated and meticulous in the way that she goes about the way she plays. She makes very few mistakes. I feel almost to a fault she's willing to take the back seat and be the behind the scenes person who makes the team tick, rather than being out there. And how I feel like the difference between me and her is I'm willing to take a lot more risk than she is, but she's definitely a lot more calculated in the way she does things. I think that's to our personalities, just being different people. But yeah, like I've seen tremendous growth in her, because I remember when she was younger and she wasn't like really into the game, and sometimes she'll let games pass her by, but the more and more she's developed as a player and gotten older and mature, you can see that level of maturity in her game. Like I always say, I say that she's like an old teammate of mine, Dax McCarty, that it's very important to the team, but won't get a lot of credit because it's not, scoring goals. It's not getting assists. It's doing a lot of the dirty plays and setting up plays. So for me, as an older brother, I just asked her, what is exactly that you want to do? How do you want to play? And she's explained it to me. So as a pro, all I can do is just, give her information on things like that, especially because I'm not in the same position. I try to have her look at different players, and I have a teammate now, Darlington Nagby, who's one of the best midfielders I've ever played with. I see a lot of similarities in the way those two play. So I try to get her to watch, if we're playing, I understand you want to watch me, but watch his movement, watch how he moves around, look at the way he plays. Same thing, I told her to watch Dax. Also my old teammate, close friend Tyler Adams. Like, I just try to get her to look at players that are like her somewhat, so she can continue to learn and grow, because I feel like the sky's the limit for her.
I would like to ask Danielle. Danielle, how do you describe your brother?
How do I describe? Like as a person or as a player?
A person, player, influencer.
Okay. I actually think that his personality on the field and off the field are very similar. Like he's a very goofy person. He loves to joke and laugh a lot, but he's also very creative. And both on the field, the ideas that he has and the moves and technical ability that he has. Then even in person, he's always talking about different things. So he's a really creative person. Yeah, I think he's very funny as well. He thinks he's the funniest Etienne, so I'll let you give your advice on that. But he's a very funny person, that I think that he's also very joyful. So he takes that and he puts that in his game. That's why if you watch him close enough, you see he's always smiling. And he just takes that joy wherever he goes, and I think that shows in his game as well. So when he's playing, if he beats his player, just know he's gonna be smiling or something, or he's gonna have a little smirk on his face and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I see my brother.
How often do you watch him play, and what do you like most?
Well, I watch him whenever he's playing, and sometimes I watch his YouTube videos from random people make them, and my dad also makes videos, so I watch his YouTube videos as well. So I watch my brother pretty often. For me, my favorite thing is his confidence to do whatever it is he wants to do with the ball. I think that, the first thing that comes to my head is when he was playing Portland Timbers and he was in his own defensive end and he literally Neymar'd a guy and everything right outside the box. And I'm just the fact that he had the confidence to do that is amazing. And I think that, his confidence is what makes him so successful, because he says, you know what, I can beat this player, and he does it. So that's definitely something that I admire.
I think my sister has what it takes to be better than me. I think she's that she has that good quality. She has all the tools and everything to be an amazing player. And so when the national anthem's going on and they're panning, and just to see her face up there, I was definitely proud, to be like, yeah, that's my sister, because she worked extremely hard. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that she had to fight with leaving school, going to Haiti to make sure that she that she can get a chance to play, and a lot of things like that. Just for her to reach that level at that moment in time, being one of the youngest players on the team was amazing. So yeah, I was definitely a proud big brother.
Going back to the Concacaf National League and the qualifier for Concacaf, we saw one strong team in the qualifier for Concacaf National League, but what's happened in the second for qualifier to the Gold Cup? What's happened with the Haiti national team?
I think we're in a transition period. I think maybe you could probably say that we definitely underperformed in the Nations League. But yeah, we in the midst of getting a new coach, guys are moving to different teams and things like that. So I think that took a toll on the Nations League as well, because a lot of guys weren't playing major minutes and probably weren't fit enough to contribute and things like that. But yeah, I think we're in an upward projection, because we played so well in the Gold Cup, and those guys are only getting more confidence and more repetitions with their clubs and stuff. So once everyone gets back with their teams and gets back into a free flow of playing and things like that, I think you're going to see us come back and make adjustments and be able to hopefully make some noise in the tournament.
Okay, if we keep that Haiti from the Gold Cup that reached the semifinal and lose by nothing against Mexico overtime, if that Haiti come back, is gonna be one of the candidates to be in the octagonal on the final round for the qualifier?
I mean, I'm gonna say yes, because that's just how confident I am in our team. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be very, very tough. There's great teams in Concacaf, but yeah, I think to be able to go out there and push Mexico to the brink. I mean, I think we hit the crossbar with 2 minutes left in overtime that could have taken us to PKs. We gave up a PK goal. We were able to beat a powerhouse like Canada. We were able to beat Costa Rica. So yeah, I think if we continue on that form and can find a way to fix little things, I think we're going to be a very big problem for teams in CONCACAF.
Yeah, and talking about Canada, in case Haiti finish first in your group and Canada wins the group, you're gonna play one each other to decide who's gonna advance to the octagonal, to the final round.
Yeah, me and my dad were actually talking about that yesterday, and try not to get ahead of myself, and but that's obviously the goal, and to be able to get to the top of CONCACAF, you got to go through teams like Canada, teams like Mexico, things like that. So it's really exciting, especially because I have friends who play on the Canadian national team, so it just gives you that extra bit of motivation and things like that to go out there and try to win.
What advice would you give to little Asian girls in Haiti wanting to go to a World Cup, wanting to be like the Melchis de Mornay, wanting to be like the Mondiziers, the Danielle Etienne? What advice would you give to them?
First, I would say have confidence in yourself and believe that you can do it. And then put your foot to the pavement and work for it, because nothing is going to be given easy. It's not an easy road to get there, but if you have that confidence in yourself and the belief that you can do it, and then you put the work in and you're working day in and day out to perfect your craft, that makes a big difference as well. And then once you do get in the opportunities to show yourself, I think it's also important to seize the moment. That's something that my dad has taught me and my brother as well, is when it is time and you are at a certain stage that can get you to that World Cup or get you to that Concacaf tournament, to seize the moment and take advantage of every opportunity that you get to play on the field. And honestly, with those three, I feel like you can do just about anything.
I guess we can wrap it up now. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you guys as well.
And meet each other in person, when this whole pandemic's over. So good luck, and we'll hope to talk to you all soon.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys. Bye.